This video is a complete roadmap for cybersecurity in 2026. We will explore what is cybersecurity, why it matters, how to learn it, what are the career paths, and the future of this field in the era of AI. Before we talk about hacking tools and techniques, we must understand few fundamentals. Now let's discuss what cybersecurity truly is. Cybersecurity is a practice of protecting digital systems, networks, devices, and data from digital threats. And these threats are deliberate, intelligent, and evolving with each passing year. Cybersecurity exists to ensure three fundamental principles, and that are confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Now let's discuss what these three principles actually are. So confidentiality means the data is accessed only by an authorized user, not by some unwanted user that is not permitted. Integrity means the data remains accurate and unaltered. That means the data which you are consuming is in its original form and it is not maliciously crafted. Third is availability, means systems and services remains accessible when needed. Now this is what known as CIA Triad, the foundation of all cybersecurity strategies. When one of these principles fails, the security collapses. Now let's discuss what cyber attacks actually do. Cyber attacks are not any random attack, but they are operations conducted with precision. Attackers aim to steal sensitive data such as passwords, financial records, or classified information, disrupt services by crashing servers or overwhelming networks, spy on individual companies or governments, extort money through ransomware attacks and blackmails, and these attacks are often automated, scalable, and sometimes even state-sponsored. That means they are sometimes sponsored by some governments as well, and a single vulnerability can compromise an entire company or an entire nation as well. Now let's discuss why cybersecurity matters today. We live in a hyper-connected world. Banking systems, hospitals, transportation, energy grids, and government operations all rely on digital infrastructure. If cybersecurity fails, financial ecosystem fails, hospitals stop functioning, communication network fails, and even national security is threatened. Cybersecurity is no longer an IT issue. It's an economic, political, and national concern at this point. Now we have talked enough about cybersecurity needs in today's world. Let's discuss some core foundation that you need to build before learning cybersecurity. And to build that foundation, you need to learn certain things. And first up, we have networking. Now networking is a backbone of cybersecurity. You need to learn OSI TCP/IP model, IP addressing and subnetting, how IP addresses are being allotted, what is subnetting, how it works, routing, switching, DNS, DHCP, common ports and protocols such as HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, SSH, everything you need to learn from the basic. Without networking knowledge, the hacking becomes just a guesswork. You must learn how data is traveling over the network, how the data is traveling from your device to your router before actually hacking the network. Now let's move ahead to the other fundamental, and that is operating system. Now this is a place where actually the attacks are conducted and where attacks actually happen. Learning about operating systems are very essential if you want to learn how attacks are actually taking places. And first up, you have to learn Linux. Linux dominates servers, cloud infrastructure, and security environment. Everything is dependent on Linux, and you must understand file system, permissions, process management, package management, bash scripting, logs and services. And after that, once you have covered everything in Linux that is needed, you have to move to the Windows. This is actually attacks happens, and when you are going in the corporate industry, this is what most people use. So you need to learn about Active Directory, group policies, Windows registry, log events, user and permission management. Now last but not the least, you need to learn programming. Now as a beginner, programming is not a mandatory, but if you want to excel in this career and if you want to reach heights, you must understand basic programming logic to make sure you understand the logic behind attacks. Programming helps you to have a basic knowledge about how a web page works, and that will help you a lot. laptop. Now, as a cybersecurity professional, you will use it to automate things, analyze, reverse engineer, and even exploit other systems. Now, there are some essential languages that you need to learn. First up, we have Python for automation and tooling, Bash scripting for Linux, JavaScript for understanding web security, PowerShell for Windows environment, and the most important, C to understand memory and low-level vulnerabilities, as many exploits are crafted and coded in C language. Now it's clear that you have to learn a lot of fundamental things to get into cybersecurity, and you can learn them for free on worldtech.com's library, where we have uploaded all the tutorials that you need to learn, and everything is available. Now let's move ahead to build our hacking lab. Now you have read and learned a lot of theory, but theory is useless and pointless unless you have the practical knowledge, and that is what needed in this industry. Now let's jump on to how you're going to build your hacking lab and how you're going to set up an attacker's environment. Now let's straight away jump on to what you need and how you are going to build your hacking environment inside your own PC. So first up, you need to have a laptop with just 8 GB of RAM. 16 GBs are preferred, but even if your laptop has 8 GB of RAM, you are already ready to go with the cybersecurity. This is the minimum requirement you need to build a hacking lab. Once you have a 8 GB RAM of laptop, you need to install a hypervisor, and for that I would recommend Oracle's VirtualBox. And after you install it, install a Kali Linux virtual machine. That is where you are going to perform your most of the attacks and practice. Then you will download Windows 10 and Windows 11 machine on your VirtualBox, and after that Ubuntu for servers. Then you have to download some vulnerable targets such as Metasploitable 2, DVWA and OWASP BWA, on which you will perform all the kinds of attack that are currently going in the cyberspace. And by that you will have a strong practical knowledge about cyber attacks and how you can perform them in a legal permitted environment. After that you need to install some tools if they are not, and before you install those tools, make sure you update and upgrade your Kali Linux to the latest update, and those tools are Nmap, Burp Suite, Metasploit, Wireshark, John the Ripper and Hydra. Now you have learned all the theory, you have built a hacking lab. Now what we will explore is the major domains in cybersecurity, because once you learn cybersecurity you need to get a job, and cybersecurity is not a single job. It has multiple domains. So let's explore what domains cybersecurity has to offer you. First up, we have pen testing, or also known as ethical hacking. Now ethical hacking is the art of thinking and acting like a black hat hacker, but with legal permissions and legal environment. The goal of an ethical hacker is not to cause damage, but to discover weaknesses before the real attackers do. A pen tester simulates a real world hacking environment within the legalities of a company, and the process of pen testing involves few steps. Now let's discuss those. First up, we have reconnaissance. This is a phase where we gather information about our target. Here the attacker studies the target silently, identifying domains, IP ranges, employee details, exposed services and digital footprints. Second up, we have scanning and enumeration. In this phase, once a target is mapped, tools are used to discover open ports, running services, operating systems and all the possible vulnerabilities on the system. Next up, we have exploitation, and in this phase, vulnerabilities are actively exploited to gain access, often through misconfiguration, outdated softwares or weak credentials. And after we are done with the exploitation phase, we move to escalate our privilege, and that is privilege escalation. This phase answers one critical question: how much damage could a real attacker cause? It includes data exfiltration, persistence mechanism and lateral movement inside the network. And after this, the ethical hacker documents everything, helping the organization fix their weaknesses before a real attacker or malicious hacker cause any harm to them. Next up, we have blue teaming and SOC operations. Now while the real attackers tend to attack the organization, these experts exist to stop them in the real time. Now the core responsibility for blue team is to analyze logs, read the digital footprints of every system, monitor everything 24/7, analyze logs from servers, firewalls and endpoint to detect any abnormal behavior. Next up, they do incident detection. The moment something suspicious occurs, analysts investigates whether it's a false positive or an active attack. Once you will get into the depth of blue teaming, you will understand what is false positive. Then we have threat response step. Once an attack is confirmed, they isolate the systems, block attackers and prevent the further damage. After all of this, you need to learn SIM tools. SIM stands for Security Information and Event Management Tools that collects data from thousands of sources and correlate it to identify threats. Blue team professionals are the first responder of any kind of attack inside an organization. The next domain is cloud security, and as you know, now almost all the companies are moving to the cloud infrastructure. It is becoming a battleground for the attackers and the defenders as well. Cloud security focuses on protection of the data that are stored on platforms like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud and other cloud services. In this domain, you need to learn about IAM, that is Identity and Access Management, ensuring the right people have the right level of access and nothing more. You need to learn about cloud networking security, in which securing virtual networks, firewalls, gateways and endpoints are included. You need to learn about misconfiguration prevention. Now most of the cloud breaches happens not because of weak security but exposed data and misconfigured permissions. Cloud security professional ensures the scalability of cloud infrastructure without sacrificing the security. Now last but not the least, we have digital forensics, and by this domain you can get into law enforcement agencies, cybercrime branch and many more. But this field begins after an attack is happened and it asks few questions. That is, what happened, how did it happen, who was responsible. Just like other forensic experts, these digital forensic experts collect the data and evidence without altering it. They analyze system logs, memory dumps, network traffics, malware samples. Their work is often used in legal cases and internal investigations. And now since we have discussed about all the domains, these are the job profiles depending on entry level, mid level and advanced level roles. You can pause the screen and read every job role in detail. And I have added the similar information in the comments as well, so you can go check the comment and read about these job roles in details. Now you are familiar with the domains, and to get a job in cybersecurity, your degree doesn't really matter, your background really doesn't matter. Even if you're from the art backgrounds or any background in your academics, what you need is a certification. But before getting into the details of certification, I need to warn you about something. After this video, you don't have to go jump onto a certification and get enrolled in it. This is the one big mistake every cybersecurity student do. They watch a video, they get hyper excited and they enroll into a certification. Certs are indeed needed for your job, but they are not mandatory to get on the first day of your learning. Before that, practice CTFs, hack vulnerable machines, practice as much as you can from the free resources available. Even on the Vulntex library, we have all the information, all the tutorials, all the theory you need to learn in cybersecurity. We have a whole video course where we have taught you how all the vulnerable targets you can hack, from DVWA to hacking Windows. We have taught everything for free on vulntech.com. So before getting a certificate, make your hands solid in the practical knowledge. Only then enroll into certifications. Now let's discuss some beginner level certifications, and this is where your foundation is built. For the beginner level certification, there is a CompTIA Security Plus, where it validates your understanding of network security, threats and vulnerabilities, cryptography, risk management, and many professionals consider this the first serious step in the cybersecurity. Then comes intermediate level cybersecurity certifications, and that is CEH, that stands for Certified Ethical Hacker by EC Council. CH teaches a hacker's mindset in a legal environment. You will learn how a hacker thinks, how it moves, and how it practically hacks down a complete server, a complete system. This certification introduces you to real world hacking techniques. And once we get 5,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, we are going to launch a completely free CH preparation course on our YouTube, from where you can learn each and everything that you need to pass CH exam. And most of the companies consider CH as a beginner level certification, and after that your job is much of a guaranteed thing. Other intermediate certifications are EGPT. This stands for Junior Pen Tester, on which you are tested on enumeration, exploitation, privilege escalation and reporting kind of things. So you can go either with CH or EGPT. It's completely your choice. Next up, for the advanced level certifications, they are often offered by OffSec, and those are OSCP, OSCP and OSCE. And the most recognized certificate is OSCP, that stands for Offensive Security Certified Professional, and it is often considered one of the hardest certificate to pass in this industry. It has no theory, it has no questions, it has no MCQs. It is straight away where you will have to hack down a complete machine and report it and submit it, and if you get the flag, you will pass this exam. And in the advanced level certification, there is a certificate that is more focused on the leadership and strategies. For example, if you want to become the chief security officer of a company, you need to get CISP, that stands for Certified Information Systems Security Professional. It validates your expertise in risk management, governance, architecture and security operations. Now we have come a long way in this video. Now let's discuss about the salaries you will get as a cybersecurity expert. Now salaries can differ from country to country. For now I am taking example of India, but for the other countries I will mention it later in this video, and you can pause and read about it. In India, you can expect a salary at entry level from 4 lakh per month to 8 lakhs, and after you get some experience and skills at mid-level, you can expect a salary of 10 lakh per annum to 20 lakh, and at the senior level such as senior security analyst or senior security engineer, you can expect a salary of whooping 25 lakh per annum to 40 lakh per annum as well. Not expert level, you can expect up to 50 lakh and beyond, and global roles can pay significantly higher. And for that I have mentioned all of these countries and their respective roles. You can pause the video and read these charts as well. Now let's discuss why AI can never replace cybersecurity. Many believe that AI can replace cybersecurity professionals, and this belief comes from the idea that AI's ability of performing operations on large volume of data and performing repetitive tasks efficiently. However, cybersecurity is not about pattern recognition, it is more about decision making, risk management and taking instant actions. AI can detect anomalies and attacks, but it can never fully interrupt the actual intent behind those attacks. And when cybersecurity constantly evolves, the attackers adapt themselves to the attacking environment and these vulnerabilities. Cybersecurity will not be replaced by AI, but it will eventually evolve alongside it. And the future belongs to those professionals who understand cybersecurity as well as how to automate their tasks using AI. And I will end this video with a short note and a message. That is, cybersecurity is not just a career, it's a responsibility to protect data, systems, people, and nations. Those who master it do not just work in technology, but they defend the digital world itself.